John Mathew, whose real name is John Ng'ang'a Mwangi, was born on the 1st June 1967 at Gathiroine village, Mukurwe Gatanga constituency, Murang'a County. He was a son to the late Mathew Ng'ang'a Kagai and the late Lucy Wanjiku Ng'ang'a. He was a brother to Samuel Kiari, Paul Mbua, Andrew Kagai, Emma Wamboi, Agnes Wanjera, David Maina, Evans Mboro, and Geoffrey Ndongo, and a stepbrother to the late Francis Kagai, the late Paul Gishiri, Samuel Wawero, Auraria Wanjera, and John Gahum. John Mathew was baptized in the AIPCA church in Mukurwe on the 1st of June 1968, and John Mathew started school in 1975 at Mukurwe Primary School and finished in Standard 7 in 1981. He then joined Naro Secondary School in 1982 and later joined Igikero Secondary School till 1985. John Mathew was initiated to manhood in 1981. When John Mathew completed his high school, he went back home to help his parents in everyday chores like farming and selling farm produce at Korogosho Market, Nairobi. During this time, he was composing his music. People with guitars or musicians were frowned upon and seen as jokers. In 1986, Muheria took John Mathew to Timona Mboro and Joseph Wamumbe, who assisted him in recording his first song, Jennifer, which he had composed while in Standard 7. He later moved to Subukia, Nakuru County, Mbogoine village, where he was farming and selling mitumba clothes and shoes at Sokomjinga, Nakuru County, and it is there where his band name Mbogoine Stars came from. In 1987, John Mathew returned to Nairobi to record the song Krismasi Tutashangilia Voi and released his first album, Rekereria Wendo Remix. In 1988, he released the song Paris Nduko, recorded by Wamaito Production, which made him to be very popular. In his music career, Mathew has won several awards. In 2000, Mathew won the Sawyer Awards Runner-Up Album of the Year under the Music Composer Association. In 2001, Mathew won the Top Kenyan Singer under the Sawyer Crown, and his song Oradhiwama became the Best Song of the Year and also the Album of the Year. In 2018, John Mathew received the Head of State Commendation. Mathew has recorded and released more than 375 songs in 50 albums, with his favorite songs being Pin Number and Moyo Tiki Fandi. John Mathew was a stout fighter for the musicians' rights, especially against music piracy. Mathew and many other musicians formed the Talented Musicians and Composers Circle, aka TAMCO, on the 19th of January 2019. Through his leadership, the circle within 7 months had bought land at Kenol in Murang'a County worth 10 million Kenyan shillings. Through the John Mathew Foundation, John Mathew also promoted peace and cohesion at Laikipia, Embu and Nyandarua counties through his Benga concerts. Because of his love for the people and musicians, John de Mathew vied to become a member of parliament for Gatanga constituency in 2007 but wasn't successful. Till his demise, the late Benga star John de Mathew had been helping many churches to fundraise for development as well as purchasing musical instruments for many church youth groups. In one of his now popular Mugithi songs, Njata Yakwa, John de Mathew featured Moranga's women representative Sabina Chege as a video vixen, and in the video Miss Sabina Chege appears dancing and holding the musician as he croons, "You are my star, my happiness is only with you." John de Mathew was also a family man. De Mathew had two wives, namely Sarafina Wairimu John, who is the first wife, and Caroline Waithera John, who is the second wife. Out of both families, John de Mathew had 8 children, namely Jane Waithera, Evelyn Wanjiko, Crisp Kamau, Stacy Wanjiko, Lenny Nganga, Tyrese Theiro, and Wayne Mathew Nganga Jr. On the fateful day of the 18th of August 2019, at around 10 p.m., John de Mathew met his death through a tragic road accident along Thika Road near Blue Post Hotel on his way home from a medical harambee of his singer friend Peter Kigia. John de Mathew was rushed to Thika Nursing Home where he was pronounced dead on arrival. Thika Base Commander Elena Wamoyo said de Mathew's car rammed into a lorry near Blue Post Hotel and de Mathew was alone in the car. Kenyans and politicians took to social media to send their condolences to the family of the fallen Kikuyu hero.
This was a great man, and as Kenyans, we are going to miss this great icon. I send my condolence, and I'm very sad about the death. May God rest his soul in peace.
I'm so affected myself because to him, with the Mathew, I took the Mathew like a dad. To me, he was like a father. That's why I told you he's a person who have affected the Kikuyu musician or influenced the Kikuyu music industry across generations. Because our father used to listen to him, and the music is still reigning even to date.
And John de Mathew's funeral took place on August 24th, 2019 at Githambia Primary School. In attendance were friends, family, politicians, and President Uhuru Kenyatta. John de Mathew remains the greatest Benga musician from the Mount Kenya region and beyond.